Welcome to the deep dive. We got some really interesting stuff shared with us recently.
Yeah.
And today we're going to focus on this one article. It makes a really strong case, actually, for using a travel agent right now.
Okay.
It's from Magical Family Adventures by Nicole. And honestly, it got us thinking.
About what?
Well, you know, in a world where booking a trip seems like it's just a few clicks away.
Right. Everyone thinks they can just do it themselves online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why would you even consider bringing in a travel agent? That's kind of the main question we want to unpack.
It's a good question. I think a lot of people probably feel that way. We all have that picture in our heads, maybe a bit old-fashioned.
Yeah, the guy in the tweed suit, maybe.
Yeah.
Generic posters on the wall.
Something like that. And you immediately think, why bother? I've got the internet.
I can see everything, compare prices, I'm in control.
That's the feeling. But the article jumps pretty quickly into why that might be. Well, not the full picture anymore.
Yeah, it argues that the whole travel landscape has changed. It's gotten, frankly, more complicated.
And that complication, that's really the core of it. I mean, the sheer amount of stuff online, it's not always a good thing, especially when you talk about accuracy.
Okay, how so?
Well, the article gives this great example. You find a restaurant, say, in Italy, looks amazing online, rave reviews.
Sounds good.
But, it's actually been closed for months. Google just hasn't caught up yet.
Oh, man. Talk about frustrating. You plan your day, you get there all excited, and nothing.
Exactly. And you can imagine that disappointment. It's a classic travel hiccup. Right?
Totally relatable. And the article suggests this isn't just like restaurants, is it?
No. It could be attractions that have changed hours or maybe aren't even open, local events, anything where the online info, well, it lags behind reality.
So it makes you question, how much can we really trust that first page of search results when we're planning something important like a trip?
That's the crux of it. There's this gap, right?
Yeah.
Between the sheer volume of information and how up to date or accurate it actually is, keeping it all current. That's a massive challenge.
Okay.
And building on that, the article points out that travel itself, the act of going places, has just gotten way more involved.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just booking a flight and grabbing a hotel room anymore, is it?
Not at all.
You've got to think about border rules constantly changing.
Yeah.
What are the entry requirements today?
Testing protocols?
Vaccine mandates? Are they still a thing where it feels like the rules shift, like weekly sometimes?
It really does.
And how are we, just regular people with jobs, families, supposed to keep track of all that while also planning a relaxing vacation?
It can feel like you need a spreadsheet just to figure out the entry forms. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And that's where the author's own experience, which they mentioned in the article, really resonated with me.
What was that?
Well, here's someone who clearly knows a lot about travel, feels confident about it, but still chooses to use a travel agent, especially because they've got a family, a business to run.
Ah, okay. So it's not about not knowing how, it's about the sheer effort involved.
Exactly. Sometimes the time and mental energy it takes just to stay informed and put it all together, it's just too much.
That makes complete sense. Okay, so we've got this backdrop. Potentially outdated info online, travel getting way more complex.
Right.
So the article then lays out, 5 key reasons why using an agent might be a really good idea now.
Yep, 5 main points.
Let's take the first one. Saving time on the planning itself.
This one's huge. I mean, think about planning a trip somewhere totally new.
Yeah, where do you even start?
Right. You're scrolling through endless hotels, trying to figure out the best area to stay.
Researching activities, figuring out transport.
Even just getting a feel for local customs and what to expect, it can easily spiral into hours, days even, of research.
You go down these rabbit holes of reviews, blogs, forums. It's exhausting.
Totally. But the article makes the point, this is literally what travel agents do. It's their job. All day, every day.
They've already got the knowledge base.
They've got the experience. They've likely planned trips there before. So instead of you starting from scratch...
You just talk to them, tell them your style, what you like.
Exactly. A few questions about your vacation vibe, and bam, they can pull together options and itinerary. It taps into all their existing work.
So it's a massive time and energy saver. Makes sense.
Definitely. They know the good local operators, the hotels that are actually well located, maybe pitfalls to avoid. They've done that legwork.
Okay, so building on saving time, what's the second reason?
Having a real person for support. A human being.
Ah, yes. In this age of chatbots and endless phone menu.
Right. How frustrating is it when you just need an answer and you're talking to a robot?
It's the worst. especially if it's something urgent like, wait, did the border rules just change again?
Precisely. Or you need clarification on some weird testing rule. Having a direct line, someone you can actually talk to, the article argues that's invaluable.
It gives you that confidence, that
Yeah,
trust.
exactly. Personalized guidance, someone who knows your trip, your situation. An algorithm just can't replicate that feeling of, okay, someone's got my back here.
I can see that being really important.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's human support.
Yeah.
What's number 3?
Handling future headaches.
Future headaches, meaning things going wrong during the trip.
Well, even before or during, yeah, let's be honest, especially now, things can go sideways, right?
Or for sure, flights get delayed, canceled, hotels might have issues, tours might change.
It happens. And the article's point is, if you have a travel agent, they deal with that mess.
So you're not the one stuck on hold with the airline for 3 hours.
Exactly. Instead of you spending your vacation time or work time before you go trying to rebook things, argue for refund.
Your agent steps in.
They act as your advocate. They navigate the annoying logistics, try to fix it, minimize the disruption. They handle the headache.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So number 4 builds on that. Managing unexpected situations.
Yeah, it takes it a step further. And the article has a bit of fun here.
How so?
It uses the slightly absurd example of, like, your trip gets canceled because of alien visitation.
Uh-huh. Okay, a bit extreme maybe.
Right, but the point is valid. Sometimes things happen that are just completely nuts, totally unpredictable.
Stuff you can never plan for.
Exactly. And travel agents, good ones anyway, they're used to dealing with the unexpected. They think on their feet, they have contacts,
They're better equipped to handle those real curveballs.
they plan for contingencies. You know, plan A, plan B, maybe plan C through Z sometimes.
So they've thought about the what-ifs more than the average person probably would.
Right, which allows you, the traveler, to hopefully relax a bit more, knowing someone's got backup plans ready if things go truly haywire.
Okay, that makes sense. Contingency planning. All right, what's the 5th and final reason?
This one might surprise some people. It's access to discounts.
Really, discounts. I always assumed using an agent would cost more.
That's a common assumption, but the article explains it well because agents work with airlines, hotels, tour companies all the time.
They have ongoing relationships.
Exactly. They're booking volume. It's kind of like bulk buying in a way.
Okay.
So they often get access to negotiated rates, special deals, maybe perks that aren't available to you or me just booking online.
Huh. Industry rates, maybe?
Yeah.
Or package deals?
Things like that. They have those connections. And crucially, the article highlights that these savings often get passed right on to you, the client.
So using an agent could actually end up being cheaper than doing it all yourself.
It's definitely possible when you factor in the potential discounts plus the time saved. It could be more cost-effective.
Wow. Okay, that does kind of flip the script.
It does. So you put all 5 of those points together. Saving time, the human support, handling problems, managing the unexpected, and potential savings.
And the article's case is pretty compelling, actually. That maybe that old image of the travel agent is, well, really outdated.
Completely. The argument is that the way travel has become so much more complex, it's actually made good travel agents more valuable, not less.
Having someone who knows the ropes, who's responsive, who's dedicated to making your trip work, especially with all the international rules changing constantly, seems, yeah, like a really smart move.
It definitely reframes their role, doesn't it? Not just someone who books tickets, but more like a travel partner, someone to help you navigate everything.
Yeah, navigator. I like that. So, okay, let's wrap up this deep dive. We looked at the article from Magical Family Adventures by Nicole, and the key takeaways seem pretty clear. First, travel's more complex now, relying just on online info. Risky, potentially outdated.
Right. And using an agent brings real benefits, saves you huge amounts of planning time.
Gives you that crucial human support when you need answers or reassurance.
Takes the stress out of dealing with cancellations or unexpected problems.
And, surprisingly, might even save you money through discounts we wouldn't normally get access to.
Exactly. Covers a lot of bases.
So, thinking about all that, it leads to maybe a final thought for you listening right now. Given all these potential hurdles and the benefits of having someone help, what's the one part of travel planning that feels like the biggest headache, the most daunting thing for you?
Or maybe put it another way, if you knew an agent could genuinely take away stress, save you time, maybe even cut costs, how might that change how you think about planning your next trip, your next adventure?
Something to mull over. Thanks for sharing this article with us. It was definitely eye-opening. Really appreciate you joining us for this deep dive.